But by the next year, the golden era of the British Christmas single was ushered in and reached its zenith with Britain's favourite Christmas single, a record that the PRS, or Performing Rights Society, estimate has been heard by 42% of the world's population. In the bleak, strike-bound midwinter of 1973, Slade were the biggest band in Britain. Over the Spring, Come On Feel the Noise and Squeeze Me Please Me had both entered the chart at number 1, practically unheard of at the time. Drummer Don Powell then suffered a horrific car crash in which his girlfriend was killed and he was left in a coma. But he recovered and returned in time to be part of their plans to produce a Christmas hit. They turned to their old notebooks and tapes for inspiration and dug out a whimsical hippie ditty called Buy Me a Rocking Chair, written by Noddy Holder, when they were a previous incarnation known as the In-Betweens. After a night out in Walsall, Holder reworked the song overnight at his mum's as, in his words, a working-class family song, with an eye on the nation's current gloomy economic situation. Conscious that people might want something to cheer them up, he came up with the lyric, "Look to the future now, it's only just begun." And as Noddy said, once he got the line, "Does your granny always tell you that the old ones are the best?" he knew he'd got a right cracker on his hands. He was right. Oddly, though, this wintry tune designed to melt the hearts of a frozen Britain was recorded at the height of a heatwave in New York's record plant during an American tour the previous summer. Next door, John Lennon was recording his Mind Games album, and they borrowed his harmonium, which manager Chas Chandler suggested would sound good. It took 5 days, with the band standing in the corridor, to record the echo-laden chorus.
Friends at school started talking about it, because in those days, when a song came out and it was a big band, it got talked about a lot more than perhaps it does now. It was a big cause for excitement, and what would be the Christmas number one? I think it was inevitable that that one would hit the top, because it was just such a celebratory ditty.
You can't help but enjoy it. There's so much fun in the song, and you can't help but sing along and enjoy it.
It's sort of a feel-good song. You can change the mood at Christmas when that song comes on. That definitely uplifts the tempo of everything.
I guess the Slade song is about as traditional as children with tea towels on their heads and singing carols, isn't it? It's okay. It's not too bad. At least it's jolly, hey? Does that get released every Christmas? It seems to have been released every Christmas since I was about 12. But, you know, you can't hate it, can you?
I think the Slade Merry Christmas Everybody is one that I could thankfully never hear again. It is a real happy Christmas song, but it's just been done so often.
Well, that year in 1973, in November, my whole family had moved from Leeds down to the home counties to Berkshire. And I really, really didn't want to go. I felt like my life had been absolutely ruined. The first time we got to go back was that Christmas in December 1973. Dad had a company car, a very small Ford Escort, and me and my 3 brothers and sisters piled in the back, singing "So Here Is Merry Christmas, Everybody's Having Fun" over and over again as we sped up the M1. And I was so happy because I was going back to Leeds, I was going to see my friends, and that was number one. And every time I hear it, it just reminds me of these young children going up the M1, singing their hearts out, just wanting to go back to where they came from.
We'd go down to my Auntie Vera's, and it's almost an enactment of the lyrics. Are you waiting for the family to arrive? Yes, you are. Well, they're coming. Well, where are they? They're coming. Oh, you should have got the room to spare inside. My Auntie Vera, we always went down there, the extended family. She got a 2-bed flat, and she used to go next doors and borrow this pasting table, and the table would go from the living room in an L shape down the dining room into the kitchen. And does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best? Yes, absolutely. And then after a couple of glasses of cheap sherry, guess what? There you go, she's singing along to Slade. It's absolutely, it sounds like a cliche of my 70s childhood. That's how it was, year after year after year. And it was just like that. And Slade was the one.
So here I was a painter and decorator. And it takes me back to being an apprentice on a building site, and on the last Friday before Christmas, the building site would close down, all the trades would go to the pub, and you'd be stood about drunk with your arm around some bricklayer you hardly know, singing Merry Christmas Everyone in the pub, shouting it at the top of your voice.
Unbeknown to each other, several of Slade's pop peers were also planning a Yuletide assault on the charts. That same year, Elton John recorded Step Into Christmas, and Wizzard offered their very own Spectre festive homage, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, with a Christmas classic written in a Walsall living room 40 years and a different Britain ago.
I mean, certainly the 70s songs, Slade being the obvious one.